There is an epic poem in the Anglo-Saxon tradition known as Beowulf. Now, we think of Anglo-Saxons as being the people who eventually colonized much of what is present-day England. They are the ancestors of the English people, but originally came from continental Europe. Of course, if you look into their genealogies, you'll see that originally they came from further afield than that, because the Anglo-Saxon people have clearly documented genealogies taking their descent right back to Japheth, the son of Noah. Beowulf in the legend is a mighty warrior, and he killed many creatures. One creature that he killed is known as Grendel, and yet many people who've interpreted this poem have suggested this is not a creature but a large human being of some sort, even referred to as a troll. The epic does not contain the word troll, but it does suggest that this creature walks on two legs like a human being. What's fascinating is that the creature's mother is very much larger, and its severed head needed 4 people to carry it. So it's a very large creature, which suggests that Grendel itself was a young example of this creature. But even being a young example of a creature, it had a head big enough to bite a man whole. Yet Beowulf was able to kill the creature by getting close to it and tearing its arm off. What sort of creature is so strong that it terrorizes a neighborhood, has a mouth and a head big enough to bite a man, and yet cannot actually get at that man when he is really close up to it, so it can't move his head into place, and has an arm that is so flimsy that a man, albeit a strong man, can tear the limb straight out of its socket? There is a candidate for this. Many of us have suggested that this sounds like a Tyrannosaurus or some sort of theropod dinosaur. You see, such a large head would have difficulty getting down to the tiny flimsy little arms where Beowulf was, and the pain that the dinosaur must have suffered as its arm was pulled out was enough to kill the creature. Now, I can't prove this. We don't know if Beowulf is factual or merely based on sightings and compiled from various sightings that there have been. But the fact that this is discussed suggests very strongly to many of us that people like Beowulf actually saw theropod-type dinosaurs and were involved in fights with them. And that name, Grendel, has lived on in Anglo-Saxon tradition elsewhere. For example, in the county of Derbyshire in England, there is a village called Grindleford, meaning the ford by the river where the Grendel is. And if you want to actually use the word troll, we know that there are many legends of trolls that stay by water, by bridges, and by fords to eat passers-by. Maybe certain villages, this is just conjecture on my part, but maybe certain villages were at one time terrorized by such dinosaurs. This is quite strong evidence, strong hints, not proof, but strong hints that people have seen dinosaurs in the past.